Homesteader family, welcome back to the journey. Welcome to this edition of the Sunday Monday vlog. Before I get into it, I'm going to fix my chat to live chat so I see everybody's post. And it's been a busy week. Sorry I'm late. I had to make a cup of coffee in my subscribers' beautiful coffee mug I got. It's still, I will say, it's still weird drinking from a square instead of a circle. But it's kind of nice, I guess. Because then the water can't, or coffee run down the sides of your mouth. There's a square to block it. It's just something I'm not used to. But yeah. So this past week I did the quorum court on Monday. And then I had a squirrel moment. I went and checked on my solar panels. And with all the leaves being out, the new shoots are popping out now, which are extending the branches on the trees. So I had to cut down about 25 trees. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing tonight? So I had cut down another 25 trees because they were leached out and the branches were way high. I couldn't do it with my pole saw. My pole saw, I can only get up to, I think, like 15 or 16 feet unless I get a ladder, but I'm not doing that. So went ahead, took those trees out because I know if those branches are coming out, the higher ones are going to keep growing and we're going to have all year. Today went and looked at a solar panel and I've got two more trees that are now leached over, blocking some of the solar panels. So I have two more trees to knock out this upcoming week. I'm going to have to get that done because I don't want to lose power. Then I did a bunch of fencing. I've been clearing brush piles, moving brush piles, stacking up the property line on Gregory Lane. Some of the trees that I cut down, I didn't log up. Actually, I didn't log up any of them. Chubbs. Okay. I wasn't sure if he had to go bathroom or not. Actually, he might have to go to the bathroom. So give me 1 second so I can open this door. And for those of you that didn't pay attention, I got a solid door here now. I swapped it out with the shed back to the glass door. So now I've got a glass door on both of the ends of the shed. So I had that look. And then I've started, it's a mess. It's a mess. I'm telling you, it's a mess. But you can see all this. Started taking all the shelves with all my tools and stuff. Lining up all the shelves back on the wall. So this is slowly coming apart. I'll take rest of these shelves. My little wall that you guys get to see on Sunday, Monday vlog. They're all going to go on that wall. Going all the way down. I'll flip those shelves around. And they eventually have all this stuff boxed up. And moved into a corner so I can either move, get pictures, what have you, relist, which I'm going to talk about that right now. So I had a couple subscribers been talking back and forth, and you know, now this got delayed, and with real estate nowadays and people not being able to get financing, people don't have money or people don't want to spend their cash. What happens if there's another delay in my contract if we don't close this upcoming Friday? What happens if, for whatever reason, Friday we don't close and they extend it and the buyer doesn't want to hold out any longer? Or if the buyer decides to change his mind between now and Friday, or now and if it gets delayed again? Am I just staying in the restaurant? No. Like I said on the last Sunday Monday vlog or the one before, I'm totally fed up being here. I'm done. I'm ready to start making sacrifices. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So going forward, everything's changing. And for anybody that's been following me for all these years, you know, you don't see my New Year's new goals until the end of the year when I do my end of year review. I'm changing everything now. Everything, every idea, every goal, everything's going a whole different way now. So right now, I'm set to close with the restaurant on Friday. If the buyer backs out, then that won't happen. I'm looking at it as I'm not closing. I'm not selling the restaurant. I'm not selling the homestead. Colorado's not being sold. And I got to get to the homestead by myself, on my own, with whatever debt I have and whatever available credit line left I can use. So Last several times I've gone to Harrison. I haven't been going to Colton's for my steak and shrimp. I've been getting Little Caesars because it's like a third of the price, or Arby's sandwich, something like that. Trying to save money. I haven't been buying a bunch of fresh produce or melons or anything like that. I'm starting to eat on my stockpile of food that I have from still having a prepper mindset. Now, I don't have tons of food like I used to, but I've got enough that I can probably go 6 to 8 months on eating. So I'm not buying all new groceries every week like I was going to Walmart and doing that. Cut back on my spending, put everything last month into my credit cards, and then come May, I'm going to put everything I can into my credit cards again. I have to buy hay. I have to buy a truckload of grain. So I don't have as much money to put on credit cards because the animals come first. Animals always come first on a homestead if you're a homesteader. That's just how it is. We spend our money on the land, on fencing, and animals. Whatever's left over, we get to enjoy. If we even get to enjoy it, because we're out there doing stuff all the time, trying to get things either built, repaired, mended, or hauled off, or what have you. Absolutely, you got that right. So, my May money, I have figured out, like I said, I'm going off of the mindset the restaurant's not closing. And I don't have any extra money. So I'm taking my May money, what's left over after the hay and the grain, and I'll be able to get my credit cards down to about $1,600. So I'll have a $1,600 carryover, which is great because I've been in the $4,000 carryover range paying the interest. So my interest will go way down. Then mid-May, if the restaurant doesn't sell, if the restaurant sells, I'm going to go over that timeline. But I'm saying this is going to happen no matter what. Then I'll talk about the restaurant because then that's a possibility. But this is guaranteed. This is happening. Everybody can write it on a calendar. This is for sure. It's not going to change. It's happening. I don't care what. I'm moving. So May 15th, or right about May 15th, will be mid-month. So then my credit cards that I'm going to stack up won't be due for another month and a half because I'll be past my closing date on the credit cards, which gives me the 30-day plus the grace period. So then that gets me to July until I have to pay this debt. So mid-May, I'm going to order Starlink. That's going to be, just say, $1,000 most likely. I know it's like $600 and some dollars for the antenna with shipping and taxes, $120 a month for the internet. So just, I always over budget to say $1,000, and then I'm going to buy a battery. So that's another $1,500-$1,600. So I'm going to dump another $2,500-$2,600 on my credit card. That way, the third battery will be the battery I can't use because with the solar batteries, you can't drain them to zero. So if I decide one battery I can't use at all, that gives me the two batteries to use, which is 10 kilowatts. That's what I use here in the restaurant. However, I won't have the electric hot water heater. I'm not going to have the fridge, the freezer, all that type of stuff. I'm going to have my TV. The inverter eats up juice. I'm going to have my laptop over there, Starlink, and my phones, batteries, stuff like that, and the internet and microwave. Whatever. I probably said something twice. It's been a long day. So, by doing that May 15th, or right about May 15th, I'll get that ordered. Hopefully within like 2 weeks it will come in. I'm hoping 2 weeks, and then I'll have the battery and the Starlink by June 1st. And my goal right now, written down, that's not changing. It's going to happen in June, but tentatively June 1st. If I got to wait till like June 5th or something like that, I'll wait till June 5th. Now, if the restaurant does close, I'll have the money, and my goal is to move to the homestead by May 15th. I have until, I think, May 21st or something like that with the 25 days, but I want to get moved sooner. So if the restaurant does go through on Friday, So as the money goes through, my goal is May 15th, I'll be on the homestead and be there permanently then. If the restaurant doesn't, I'm getting the battery myself to make do. I have the generator, so I know I don't have the 6 batteries. I can run the generator. That's going to cost money, but it is what it is. It's going to get me to the homestead. At that point, I can cancel my internet here. That saves me $99 a month. That will go towards the $120 a month for Starlink, so I'll be paying more for internet. However, I won't be paying electric bill unless I run the generator. So I'll be able, I'll have a low electric bill here. I'll shut the power off, shut the water off, and then I'll come back over here every evening to take a bath. If I got laundry to do, I'll do the laundry. And this is if the restaurant doesn't sell. And I'll be able to just go back and forth. But my internet, the power, everything's being used over at the homestead. So that will lessen my bills here, which that extra money will make up the difference of the Starlink internet. Will make up the difference in being able to do a little bit extra. It won't be a whole bunch of extra money, but averaging $150 a month here for electric. If I can cut that down to like $50 or $75, that's extra, $7,500 a month I can put towards something else like Starlink internet. So that's my goal on that right now. Fingers are crossed that we close Friday, but like I said, with real estate, I don't hold my breath for anything. We saw it took me over a year messing around with the house in Marshall before I finally got that under contract and for that to actually go through. And then of course that's owner finance. So I could always end up with the house back if they don't make their payments. They're doing fine on that, so I don't have any worries yet. As for my New Year's New Goal 2024 video that I did on all this, I made some major changes. So the biggest thing is going to be wintertime. And a couple things going through here. So I'm just going to go over a couple things that I've changed and what is going to change going forward majorly. And then, of course, end of the year and year, whatever. See, it's been a long day. My video at end of the year, I'll go over everything, what I did, what I didn't do. But back in January, I started the garden. I never put the pictures up of the temporary garden up at the house site. I started it, never finished it. It's canceled. I'm not doing any type of garden this year. Everything else green, shed, tiny home, worked on, clear for the solar panels, build the dog pen, shed, tiny home, clear for solar, fencing for the new pen, build the dog pen. You see that's all green dots. I'm doing good on that. As of March, finish the tiny home. I've changed that. I've got a lot of people asking, why isn't anything being done in tiny home? Right now, I'm focusing on the new pen. The tiny home is now being moved to this summer, July and August and June, because I figured I can be in the shed. I can sit in the AC, go outside, sand the trim, stain it, let it sit there and bake in the sun for an hour. Then it's dry. I can go out, do the next layer, bring it in, do all the nailing to the wall, caulking, all that type of stuff inside in the nice, cool AC. Because we know how hot Arkansas gets, and we know summertime, this homesteader doesn't do anything between the bugs, the heat, the humidity. This way, it gives me something to do this summer instead of just like I put enjoy the summer because I wasn't planning to do anything. The next thing was, moving things into the tiny home. I moved that to April. And then clearing for the solar. Finish clearing for the solar. I'm moving that to next year. I'm not messing with that at all anymore. I'm going to clear the couple trees that are in the way. But the 50 or 100 trees that are laying on the ground, I'll go through. I'll cut that up next year. That's not my priority now, because I'm changing everything around. Going forward, the fencing for the new pen, that was supposed to be done May 1st. I'm now changing that to June 1st. So that way, or this month, the rest of April, I can finish putting in all the posts and concrete in them for the H braces. They'll be set up by May 1st or by May 5th. Then I can get all those built, and then I have 3.5 weeks in May to stretch all the fence, get all the T-posts done. I'm doing T-posts this week while it's cool. So all I'll basically have to do is build the H braces. I'll have to stretch the fence, and then I got to build the gates, and then I got to buy gates. So that's another thing that's going to go on my credit cards mid-May, or I'll probably wait till the last week of May, so that pushes out my credit card debt a little bit farther, because I don't plan to move the animals now until June 1st. The animals are moving in June 1st. I'm moving in June 1st. The homestead is becoming a reality. Let's see. Buying an AC unit that I had, I used the tiny one that I had that I used for the snowball room. Buying metal for the solar rack. Luckily, I have a wonderful subscriber that bought all that lumber for me. So I made the wood solar rack. That's been done way before May, because we're talking May now. The full garden canceled, like I said. And then, like I have down here, May 15th, order the third battery and order Starlink. June, open up woods by house site and brush pile along driveway for the first half of June before it gets too hot, because normally about June 15th or so, the humidity spikes, the heat's too much. So then I had enjoyed the summer for the other half of June. I'm not clearing woods around the house site now. I'm not clearing the brush pile or along the driveway, because that's changing. July, August, and June, finish tiny home. First 2 weeks of June, September, October, November, and December. I'm not doing any of the brush piles along the driveway. I'm not thinning the woods along Purdom Lane. I'm not finishing the driveway brush piles. And I'm not starting the third fencing pen, or the third pen of fencing. What I am doing, I know a lot of people are excited for this. I'm super excited for this. Every year I talk about this goal. And every year I don't get this goal. The cancel goal, going all the way back to January. So, first 2 weeks of June, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, going into next year. Of course, that's a new year, new goal. Those goals will be on there. I am changing everything. I'm not doing a third pen. Once I had the second pen done, I got 2 pens, so I can rotate the animals for 6 months in one, 6 months in the next one. They can go back and forth. That will save some on feed. That will give me money to get more things going. But what my goal is the permanent garden, the permanent orchard, and potentially honeybees going forward. Now, the honeybees are not going to be going forward right away. However, this winter, this fall, next spring, I'm not doing any more fencing, not doing any more clearing, except for the permanent garden and orchard. So on the back side of the homestead, I have the dry creek bed. The dry creek bed's here, my big water hole here, and then I have all this land going along the railroad tracks down to my neighbor's property line. It's anywhere from, I'm not good with numbers, but I would say somewhere a minimum 2 acres, maybe all the way up to 6 or 7 acres. So it's no matter what, a 2-acre garden is huge, let alone if it's closer to 6 or 7. There's so many trees, so I have no idea. All those trees drink a lot of water down there. I want my seasonal aquifer, spring, whatever it's called, to try to come alive. So if I take all those trees out back there, nothing's sucking up the water. That might make me get water back there, because when you take a lot of trees out, the groundwater can come up at that point. Not sure if it will. You know, it might not. We'll see how that goes. But going forward, I am 100% serious. 2025 is going to be the year for the first garden. So this fall, winter, and spring, I am clearing all that land. I'm clearing every single tree back there. I'm going to get 6-foot fencing put up. I'm going to have brush pile on the outside of the 6-foot fencing so deer can't come up to the fence and jump over the fence. Of course, it curves up to the railroad tracks, so it's a farther drop down if they ever try to jump, which they're not going to do that. And then the property line goes down, so that's a higher way to jump up. So this winter, this fall, this upcoming spring, you're going to see that's going to be the major change this year. Then, like I said, either May, if the restaurant sells, I'll be moved in May, or June 1st, maybe, like I said, a couple days after June 1st, depends on when the internet gets here, but I'm moving. So a lot of big changes are happening. The animals pen that I'm building is, I want to say, probably 2 to 3 times the size they're in, I believe. I won't know until they start eating the vegetation down, being able to see across the land, because now everything's so thick and I haven't walked it, so I don't know exactly how big it is, but I think it's going to last a while. I'm also, the end of May, I'm thinking about putting some money on my credit card to buy some 50-pound sacks of seed and seed the pen they're in now. And then I'm thinking about probably mid to late November-ish, swap them back into the pen they're in now. So that way from end of May to November, something will hopefully grow in the old pen. I can move them in, save me some money on feed, and go from there. Going forward this upcoming week, I'll end up having to mow the yard here again. I mowed the dog area today, mowed the front a couple days ago, so I have to mow here. I didn't get a chance to haul all the water I needed to haul for the animals today. I got them 2 loads, so that was just over 1,100 gallons of water I hauled today. I needed 2 more loads, 2,200 gallons. I'll do that tomorrow. I got T-posts to do tomorrow. I'm going to start building some of the H-braces from the poles I concreted a couple weeks ago. Starting to stretch fence on where I already have H-braces built. And just going from there. Good thing with the dogs, the dog pen, that little skinny dog cage that everybody said, yeah, that's really small for the dog area. Not the fence area, but just that rectangle cage. So I've gone to town twice now. I've left the dogs in the tiny home. They have their DuckTales they listen to. I just put DuckTales on the TV so they got something to listen to. And then I clamped that door down on the gate on the rectangle outside thing so they can't get out of that because it's all the way around. Top, bottom, sides, they can't get out of it. They can't dig through it. And it's held perfect. They haven't had any messes in the tiny home. They haven't torn nothing up in the tiny home. Of course, that's why I did that corrugated tin 4 foot up so they can't dig into the walls or anything like that. Now that I have glass doors on both ends, they're able to look out and relax. And the AC keeps them nice and cool. And I take chicken legs over to them. And Max's head just popped up over here. They love hearing that word, right? Who wants chicken legs? Oh, there goes Max. You want chicken legs, Books? Chicken legs? Who wants chicken legs? Who wants chicken legs? Oh, chicken legs! Now I'm going to have to thaw out some chicken legs for tomorrow because they're going to want chicken legs. They're all looking around. They're like, where's some chicken legs at? So, with all that going on, I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything, but everything is changing. I'm sacrificing. Not going to have running water over at the homestead. I'm going to have to drive over here every evening to take a bath. Going to have to drive over here to do laundry. Unless the restaurant sells, then I'll have the money to buy a hot tub. I'll be able to bathe at the homestead, and then I'll have to go to a laundromat in Harrison to do laundry because I won't be able to have a washer and dryer there because I don't have room for it, let alone a house for it or anything else. So it will be a struggle. Now, if everything goes as planned, like I said, this sells on Friday. I'll have roughly $30,000. That will buy me the 4 batteries I need. So that's $6,000 right there, just slightly over $6,000. The hot tub is like 4 to 5,000. I'm gonna buy some big water cisterns, and I'll really get things going. So hopefully next Sunday, Monday vlog, I'll have some good news that I'm moving for sure. Well, actually, anyway, I'm moving for sure because, like I said, it'd just be June 1st if I got to do it myself. But hopefully, the restaurant will sell, and I'll have that good news. And then, if it does sell, I won't be doing videos. I'll do that next video, and then I'm going to be grinding away. If the restaurant doesn't sell, I'll continue doing my Sunday, Monday vlogs because I won't be in a rush to get out of here within 25 days because I've got to pack everything up, get everything cleaned, get a shed delivered, so on and so forth, and go through all that. So, Mama Silverton's baby, she's doing good. Not sure what her name's going to be yet. Mocha is doing good. The 2 little girls go off on their own, which is adorable and scary for me because I pulled up today and didn't see the baby, but I saw Mama Silverton, and the little baby was out there with Mocha running around in the pen. So glad both of them have their own little friend to hang out with. All the other animals are doing good. Fagan's horn that he cracked, the one goat, his horn finally fell off. So he's got one horn. Big Mama's got one horn. So they better stop headbutting each other and doing what they're doing. But besides that, everybody's doing good. The bugs are out. The ticks are out. The flies are out. Just hauling water, doing maintenance, and trying to get the second pen done. And I will do either live stream or I'll make a video or something like that when I put the animals in the new pen, because I know everybody gets excited to see that. Which, now that I think about it, I'll probably make a video. I won't do a live stream due to the fact that the live streams are sometimes pixelated over there. And since we're going farther deep down into the homestead, it probably will be worse down there because I'll have mountains on both sides. But I'll make a video of them going into a new pen, seeing the excitement, seeing all the foraging they'll be able to do, and go from there. So with that, I hope everybody has a great upcoming week. It's been long. It's been tiring. The picture for the video, you saw me sleeping on a couch. The couches are deadly now. I laid on that couch for like 2 seconds, closed my eyes, and I woke up 2 hours later. It was like 5:30 in the evening. And yeah, so I need to not lay down on that couch in the middle of the day to take a break, because that turns into a 2-hour nap. But yeah, I'm going to keep grinding at it. I'm motivated. Like I said, we all make our decisions. We all decide when enough is enough. We all decide when the sacrifices mean more than the luxuries. And that's exactly where I'm going. Giving up and sacrificing running water and things like that to move no matter the circumstance. And yeah, you don't like your job, find a new job. You don't like where you live, move. You don't want to be in the rat race anymore, buy your own land. You want a homestead, get out there and do it. But until you get to that point, you know, you're just going to keep suffering. So you suffer either way. You can suffer not doing what you want, or you can suffer doing what you want. My sacrifice is my suffer is going to be doing that on the homestead instead of suffering and sacrificing, listening to all the traffic driving by here. You tease. What do I tease about, Serenity? I don't know what I tease about. Tell me what I tease about. But that is true. If you do sacrifice, you might as well sacrifice where you're semi-happy. Homestead, I'll be semi-happy. I won't be fully happy because I won't have running water. I won't have, you know, a regular house. I won't have a kitchen. As we all know, the tiny home, it fits 2 couches. 1 couch for me, 1 couch for the mouses. I couldn't just make them lay on the floor, even though they're doing that in here because, you know, they deserve a couch to be comfortable on. So with that, Serenity's taking too long to respond. So with that, everybody have a great week. And like always, live happy, live free. That's the only way to be. And I'll see you guys on the next video. And fingers crossed for Friday. If not, I'm moving June 1st, guaranteed.